What's up, everybody? Ante Campbell here with Casey Hudson. And, of course, I have to tell you about this guy sitting in between us right here. NFL's all-time leading scorer, second most career starts, and currently a finalist for the 2025 Pro Football Hall of Fame class, Adam Vinatieri. What's up, Adam? How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Hey, good to see you. Look, Adam, I got to ask you about this. You're a four-time Super Bowl champion. The Super Bowl is set. We got Chiefs versus Eagles. Patrick Mahomes is looking for his fourth Super Bowl ring, and his three-peat is on the line here. I got to ask you, because people are talking about it over here in New England. Brady, Mahomes. If Mahomes gets this fourth one, is he the GOAT? Is the Patriots dynasty better than the Chiefs dynasty? Let us know.
Proof, man. Proof is in the pudding, right? I mean, if he can do something like that, it obviously means that he's doing something very, very special that has not been done before. So, I'm a huge Brady fan. I'm obviously a big Patrick Mahomes fan. I was never teammates with him, but I've got a huge admiration and respect for everything that he's doing. I mean, you look at the team, it's changed a little bit over the last few years. They lose some of their high-powered guys, but he just finds a way to keep going out there and keep winning games. I thought this game this weekend, I was like, man, the Bills are really good, and Allen and all those guys, I'm like, it might be just too much for them, and they just keep finding ways to get it done. So if they can throw up a win in a couple of weeks and be a three-peat, I mean, hey, I will drop to my knees and worship and say, hey, man, good for you guys. You are the man, and Andy Reid and everything that they've done as a program is absolutely amazing.
Love the respect all around. You mentioned teammates, though, so we've got to talk about a guy that you played adequate time with, Mike Vrabel. What have you seen from when he was a player, and how that's translated into his coaching style and what he's going to bring to this Patriots team now?
Well, first and foremost, Mike is a heck of a competitive guy. He's an X's and O's guy. He's a wonderful player when he played, but I think he has the right attitude and the right type of demeanor to make sure guys can hit their potential. I mean, I think all the good coaches are the ones that are out there that can make guys play to their potential, right? And I think Mike's that type of guy. He's a very sarcastic, funny guy that can push the right buttons to get guys going. And I thought he did a pretty good job in Tennessee, and I see him doing a wonderful job in New England. I really think he'll turn that organization around. I thought it was kind of strange that Gerard Mayo only got a year to kind of, try to build a team. It's pretty tall order to do, when you have to start dealing with other team, the coach before used draft choices and salary cap issues and stuff. But I do think Vrabel's the right man for the job. I think he's going to do a great job, and I look forward to watching them maybe climb back up and start competing again for the AFC East.
Yeah, another guy that was there in those locker rooms with you guys is Josh McDaniels. Obviously, he's the new OC here in Patriots, which is familiar territory for him. But I have to ask, you've seen him have a hand mold in Brady a little bit. He wasn't quite the OC yet while you were in the Patriots. But what can Josh McDaniels bring to this OC opportunity, and what can he bring to the new quarterback Drake May?
Well, I think all coaches and players, we learn from each other, right? We learn from our experiences. And, he was there when Belichick was there. He knows how to call plays. He's got some head coach experience and stuff like that. I really respect his play calling ability, and I think he'll have guys ready to go, obviously, under the tutelage of Vrabel leading the team. I do think Josh McDaniels is a smart X's and O's coach, and I think it will be a good situation for their offense moving forward for sure.
Yeah, I want to go quickly right back to the Super Bowl because, once again, four-time Super Bowl champion sitting here in front of us. Who do you think is going to win this matchup, Chiefs or Eagles? Because I know a lot of America is hoping for the Eagles win in this one.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. Early in the year when the Chiefs were winning games but just kind of by the skin of their teeth, they've had a couple of games that you're like, man, they don't look like the Chiefs of the past. I don't know, once they get to the playoffs and they're playing consistently good teams over and over again, are they going to have enough firepower? Well, they've answered that question. Obviously, they've won a couple of good games down the stretch. they've impressed the heck out of me. The way I look at it, until you knock out the champ is the champ until he's not anymore. Right? So if you're asking me, I would put my money on the Chiefs. I do think Coach Nick Sirianni is a great coach. I've had some experience with him in Indy when he was there. He's got that team playing really, really well. They've got, when your running back rushes for 2,600 yards on the season, it's hard to. And then you watch him yesterday, and he just keeps on doing his thing. It's hard to go against them. I mean, if I was just looking on paper, I would probably say, man, Philly's got a really good chance. I think they've got a chance. But when you got Patrick Mahomes, no joke. I'm never voting against, or never betting against him. That's for dang sure. He just keeps on doing his thing.
These games always come down to not only just the talent and the skill of who's leading the team, Patrick Mahomes accordingly, but we got to talk about some of the fact that you've got more of creative design for offenses here. So you've got these play calling, you've got teams that kind of out skill one another when it comes to that mentality. Are the Chiefs having the upper hand in that sense? Because the play calling, you can't go against Andy Reid, and then you got Patrick Mahomes who can do it all, and the connections with everybody else.
Yeah, I honestly feel like you're going against the two best teams in football right now. Obviously, I mean, the way that they went through the playoffs and played, and I mean, there's a reason these two teams are playing in a couple weeks for the Super Bowl, right? So it's really hard to say that. I mean, you've got two really, really good, smart teams, good coaches. Andy Reid is in my mind, is a football genius as well. Like, he just puts the guys in the right situation to perform. And then when you have a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes that can just improvise and make something out of nothing. I mean, how many times do you think, man, this is going to be for a loss, and he's falling down and he sidearm throws a ball for 25 yards for a first down or a touchdown. You just sit there and go, that's not normal. Most people can't do stuff like that. But, on the other side, when you have Jalen Hurts and you have their offense and what they can do, and not only running the ball but throwing the ball as well. Both teams have a really good defense. Both teams have a really good special teams. It's like there's no like downfalls on either of these two teams. That's why it's going to be so intriguing to see who wins, because it's really a flip of a coin. I think either team, if they play well, but turnovers and penalties and stuff like that, you watch some of that throughout this week, in a couple turnovers at the wrong time just swings the momentum, and anyone can win that game at that point, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you brought up the fact that a lot of people can't do a lot of things like that guy 15 in Kansas City. But you played with some pretty great quarterbacks during your time. You got to see Peyton Manning and you got to see Tom Brady firsthand. Where do you rank those three quarterbacks against each other?
Well, I'm still, it's with zero disrespect, because they're both. I mean, all three of them.
You can't go wrong. You can't go
been
wrong.
Out long enough, but those two, Brady and Mahomes, are first ballot Hall of Famers, absolutely no doubt, right? I mean, that goes without saying. So when you have three first ballot Hall of Famers, all of them who have won Super Bowls, all of them that are notoriously take their teams to 12, 13, 14 win seasons, it's really hard to say who would you take first or second or third. I think if you went just off of stats and records and all that stuff, you probably still put Tom as number one. I guess I probably do that just because of 7 Super Bowl rings, right? I mean, like, come on now. But if Patrick continues to do what he's doing, that number might get surpassed, and then at that point, I'll probably retract my sentence and hand it over. But in saying that, I played with two of the three, and I couldn't have been any more blessed, because I knew we were going to win tons of games. And Peyton, there was times that I was just in awe. Like, how do you continuously score 45 points a game, week in and week out? All three of them are just so smart, and they really dictate to the defense what they want them to do. You watch them change calls and check at the line and do stuff to put them in a defense that they want to be in. And they're like, all right, now I got you, right? And it's amazing to watch these guys work. It's really, we're all blessed to be able to watch them on Sundays for sure.
Once in a lifetime. Adam, we saw your partnership with Colt and their announcement on the safety impact a few days ago. Can you tell us in the audience a lot more about that?
Yeah, well, I've been I'm born and raised in South Dakota. Enjoy hunting and fishing, and And so some of that, puts me with firearms and stuff. And I think Colt's doing a wonderful thing. They're launching the Safety Impact Award, highlighting the critical mission of educating everyone on safety and responsible firearm ownership. So makes sense to me, right? It tells me if you like guns, if you don't like guns, I think everybody can agree that firearm safety and ownership, being responsible with that is a very big number one concern, no matter if you like guns or not, right? So, Colt's done a wonderful thing. Myself, along with Clay Matthews, Joe Thomas, and Fletcher Cox, are all working with them and nonprofit organizations to make an impact on keeping our communities informed and safe. So for all the people out there, if you want, go to safetyimpactaward.com. You can vote for any of us, and Colt will donate $1 to the winning nonprofit organization for every vote cast. And here's the kicker, right? If you enter the sweepstakes, you have an opportunity of winning up to $100,000 if there's a safety during the Super Bowl. So it's a weird thing. Not many people are sitting there going, "We want a safety," but in this particular situation, it will be very, very good for the fans, whoever sign up for that. I think it will be a wonderful thing. So get out there, cast your votes before January 31st, and come vote for me too. I mean, that would be a wonderful thing. I love supporting good causes like this, and this is one of the best ones I've been around for sure.
Yeah, we're all going to be rooting for a safety. We're all going to be rooting for Adam Vinatieri, not only with the Colt Safety Impact Award, but also in the 2025 Hall of Fame inductee. Adam, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on. That's awesome. Thank you.